Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be reviewing the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh. But before I get going and everything, I'm going to be joined by a special friend of mine, Cory from CDR. He has an awesome channel where he does all kinds of awesome movie reviews, a lot of reviews for Disney movies and horror movies and stuff, so he's really awesome. You should check out his channel. Now I'll leave a link to his channel in the comments. In the description box. But before I get going, I'm going to let him do share his thoughts on this movie and everything. So take it away, Cory.
Hi, my name's Cory from CDR, and thank you, Robbie, for having me on a collab with you. And we're going to talk about the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh. He gave me a segment that I will put in my video, and the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh in a quick description is that I haven't watched this since I was a kid. That's one of the only Disney movies that I watched as a kid that I didn't rewatch over the years until I became an adult. And watching it as an adult, I think it's totally fine. I do enjoy it. I think that it it's weird because it's such a small set of little stories, but I think that they're so likable and charming, and these characters are all really likable and fun and charming. And the fact that this is just such an imaginative world of like um, how these characters in the little shorts, like how likable and charming they are, is so fun and interesting. And I really do like that they can bring a lot to something so little. As what I mean is like little simple stories, which is what this movie is, a lot of simple stories, which I think is effective and works. And as an adult, it's not one that I will rewatch a lot, and I'm glad that I rewatched it because I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but it's not going to be one that I will watch over and over. But I know a lot of people still do, but for me, it's just not really my one that I specifically would want to rewatch again. There's so many other Disney movies I love more than this one, but this one is a good, fine movie that I'm glad I rewatched as an adult. But overall, like it's enjoyable. Even as an adult, I still found it pretty enjoyable. So that's my quick review on it, and thank you again, Robbie.
Thank you, Cory, and everything. I'm glad you were able to be in this video, and I look forward to being in your video of the review for this movie when you do yours. Um, anyway, this movie is directed by John Moonsbury and Wolfgang Reitherman, and uh, it uh, it was originally two of the animated short films that Walt Disney had made, and they were making a third one when he died, I believe, and everything. So they put the three short films together to make it one big movie and everything. The first segment is Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, and it's awesome. I love the songs in this one. The up down turnaround song, and I've got a rumbly in my tumbly. I just love those songs. They're so catchy and everything. And I love when he gets stuck in Rabbit's hole. It's just hilarious and everything. And like when Gopher's trying to feed him, and Rabbit's going crazy saying, "Don't feed the bear." It just cracks me up and everything. I also like the self-referential humor that's in here a little bit too, because Gopher's not one of the original characters from the books that Winnie the Pooh is inspired by and everything. And there's like a little reference to it when he says, "I'm not in the book, you know," but I thought that was hilarious too and everything. And the second segment is Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. This is a segment that Piglet was originally introduced in and everything. I really like that segment too. I love how Pooh and thinks that it's called Wednesday because it's a windy day and everything. And I like how they do like the search for Owl's house and everything. Eeyore says that Owl's new house could be Piglet's, the house that Piglet lives in and everything. And Pooh was like, "Okay, I guess you'll come live with me and everything." Just a really good segment. I love the Blustery Day. In fact, before I ever saw this full-length movie, the Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day was the very first Winnie the Pooh thing I had ever seen and everything. So it's definitely probably my favorite part of the movie. And then the third and final one is Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. It's one where Tigger first meets Pooh and everything, and Rabbit doesn't like Tiggers and everything. He's wanting to try to get Tigger lost and everything because he doesn't like the way he's always bouncing on top of everybody and everything. And it's another really good segment. It's, and everything. I love all three of these segments, and putting them all together in one movie was really good and everything. This was a huge movie in my childhood. I was a huge Winnie the Pooh fan growing up and everything. So, and this one was one of my favorites as a kid. The voice cast in this is really great. Sterling Holloway is wonderful as Pooh and everything. While I do like Jim Cummings, who has taken over the voice of Pooh, Sterling Holloway is definitely my favorite version of Pooh. John Fiddler does the voice of Piglet, and I love him as Piglet. He's great. He brings the shy and timidness of the character to life perfectly. Paul Winchell does the voice of Tigger, and he's absolutely wonderful as a character. I love how he brings that bouncy hyperness to life in his voice. Eeyore is voiced by Ralph White, and I think he does a good job. Eeyore's personally my favorite Winnie the Pooh character. He always has been, ever since I was a kid and everything. And Hal Smith does the voice of Al, who, when I was younger, I used to get really annoyed by him and everything, because I've known people that are like Al, that they start telling stories and they won't shut up, and you're like, okay, I want to get out of here and stuff. So I knew people that were like that growing up and everything. So he kind of got on my nerves because of how I kind of related him to some of the people I knew growing up. Gopher is voiced by Howard Morris. Like I said, he's an original character. He speaks with a whistle. I'm not sure if Howard Morris did the voice of the Beaver and Lady and the Tramp or not, but he sounds a lot like him in this. And then there's Junius Matthews as Rabbit. I hate Rabbit. I've always hated Rabbit. I guess it's because he's so grumpy and he gets annoyed by everybody so easily and everything. So I've always never really been a big fan of that character and everything. Although I guess I can kind of relate to him now. I get annoyed easier now than I did back then. But kind of like with Grumpy and Snow White, except I always liked Grumpy because I thought he was amusing. But Rabbit was just, he used to get on my nerves a lot because the way he was always just kind of mean to the characters, especially Tigger, who I always liked quite a bit and everything. And then movies narrated by Sebastian Cabot, who voiced Bagheera in the Jungle Book. And I love his narration in this. I've seen all kinds of other Winnie the Pooh movies. I think John Cleese has done a narration for one of them, and I can't remember all of the narrators for all of the other ones I've seen, but Sebastian Cabot's always been my favorite narrator and everything. And I just love this movie a lot. I love how it has that innocence of the childhood innocence and stuff. It brings it to life really well and everything, and just a really great story with a lot of lovable characters and everything. Winnie the Pooh's just always been one of my favorites and everything. I know when I was a kid, if I get hungry or anything, my stomach would growl or anything, I'd say I've got a rumbly in my tumbly and everything. But so I'd give The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh an 8.5 out of 10. I really love this movie and everything. I don't watch it as much as I did when I was a kid. I've watched it probably maybe once every 3 or 4 years or so, but I watched it about a year ago and I still really enjoyed it a lot. I was going to rewatch it before I did this review, but I didn't have the chance to, because I'd been busy watching other stuff. But I really enjoyed this one, and I'll probably be rewatching some of my other Winnie the Pooh movies. So as I watch them, I'll review them. And if I know Cory and I think at least are gonna collab again on one other one. I think Pooh's Grand Adventure: The Search for Christopher Robin. So I'm looking forward to that and everything. Be sure to check out Cory's channel. Like I said, he has some awesome reviews and stuff on there, and he's reviewed I think all of the Disney animated movies up to this one so far. But definitely check those out, and thank you again, Cory, for being in the video, and have a good day, everybody. Also, if there's any top 10 list, movie series rankings, or movie reviews you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments, and I'll get to them as quick as I can. And have a good day, everyone.